Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, December 16th, 2024. We'll call this meeting to order, and we'll ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Thank you. Mayor Ogle?
Here.
Trustee Burley?
Here.
Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
And Trustee Savaria is absent. Mayor, we have a quorum physically present tonight, and in accordance with village ordinance, I received an electronic attendance request from Trustee Petro for participating remotely tonight.
Okay.
Trustee Petro, we can see you on the video. Will you please state your reason for not being physically present at tonight's board meeting?
Employment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mayor, we need a motion.
Okay. So, according with the law, we need a quorum physically present, and then there'll be a motion and a second needed from our board members to allow this member to participate electronically.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and also by law, this requires a roll call vote on every single item that we address tonight too. So we'll go to our clerk for that vote.
All right. Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. If everyone would please stand with me, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, I have to do another roll call.
I'm sorry, the roll.
I have to do the
that's
full
right,
roll
I'm
call,
sorry.
sorry. One more.
This makes it so very cumbersome for all of us, right?
Yeah, sorry, one more roll
Yes,
call.
we'll go back for a
All right,
new
Mayor
roll
Ogle.
call.
Yeah, Mayor Ogle.
Here.
Trustee Burley?
Here.
Trustee Ledden?
Still here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
Oh, sorry, Trustee Savaria is absent. Clerk Schubert is present. Attorney Lamore? Present. Chief Chalepis?
Here.
Village Administrator Pusha?
Here.
Assistant Administrator Barika? Present. All right, and we have quorum. We are all set.
Okay. Now, if everyone would please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. The next item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and are enacted in one single motion. There is no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if any of the board members would like to remove any items from the consent agenda. Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. For the benefit of those who are in the audience, as well as those who will be watching at home or also later on YouTube, we'll go through the items that are in here so you know what your village board is voting on. And this is available, the complete packets are available on the village website, frankfortil.org. So the first item on the consent agenda was the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of December 2nd, 2024. The next item on there is the approval of the bills, and we will go to Trustee Dan Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. Okay, our schedule of bills for December 16th, 2024. Our fund recaps. General Corporate Fund, $163,332.78. The Motor Fuel Tax Fund, $6,437.21. Capital Development Fund, $155,602.99. Sewer and Water Operation and Maintenance, $118,808.62. And the Sewer and Water Extension Fund, $94,619.87. Our total expenditures of all funds is $538,801.47.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Trustee Rossi. We also have an item from the Committee of the Whole report, and we'll go back to you for that one.
Thank you again, Mayor Ogle. The Public Works Utility Facility Generator Installation, 524 Center Road Contract Award. At its December 11, 2024 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed a request from staff to install a generator in the village's Public Works Utilities facility located at 524 Center Road. The 36,000 plus or minus square feet facility is essential to the village's operations and currently lacks a permanent backup generator, which is critical for ensuring continuity of operations during power outages. Staff sought competitive bids from licensed electrical contractors for the installation of a generator at the Public Works Utilities facility. 2 contractors submitted bid proposals with Electrical Systems, Inc., submitting the lowest bid of $68,695. It was the consensus of the Committee of the Whole to forward a recommendation to the Village Board to accept the low bid and award the contract to Electrical Systems, Inc. The motion before us: accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract between the Village of Frankfort and Electrical Systems, Inc. for the installation of a generator at the Public Works Utilities facility located at 524 Center Road in the amount of $68,695.
All right. Thank you, Trustee Rossi. Next item on here, also Committee of the Whole item, and we'll go to Trustee Burley.
Thank you, Mayor. Item C2 is the sidewalk cafe lease agreements. At the December 11th, 2024 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed lease agreements between the Village of Frankfort and 3 downtown restaurants, Fat Rosie's, Francesca's, and Trail's Edge. These agreements pertain to the seasonal use of public sidewalk and rights-of-way for outdoor cafes. The Village Board previously approved similar agreements in 2021, with the leases set to expire on December 31st, 2024. Under the new agreement, the lease terms include an annual rent of $8 per square foot for the years 2025, 2026, and 2027, based on the square footage of public space utilized for the outdoor cafe areas. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the Village Board to authorize the execution of the lease agreements as presented. And the motions before us tonight under this are to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a 3-year lease agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Fat Rosie's OPCA LLC for use of 265 square feet of public sidewalk right-of-way adjoining the property commonly known as 28 Kansas Street as a seasonal cafe. The second motion is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a 3-year lease agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Francesca's Frankfort LLC for use of 506 square feet of public sidewalk right-of-way adjoining the property commonly known as 40 Kansas Street as a seasonal cafe. And the third motion under this item is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a 3-year lease agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Trail's Edge Brewing LLC for use of 792 square feet of public sidewalk right-of-way adjoining the property commonly known as 20 Kansas Street as a seasonal cafe.
Okay, those are all the items on the consent agenda tonight, and we have a motion and a second. There's no discussion on these. We will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, clerk. Next item on here, number 5, is the Abbey Woods North subdivision, and we will go to, there's several motions on this. We'll go to Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this item is the Abbey Woods North subdivision. Includes A, execution of annexation agreement ordinance, B, annexation ordinance, C, rezone property from ER estate residential to R2 single-family residential ordinance, D, preliminary plat of subdivision for Abbey Woods North approval, and E, plat of easement approval. At its June 12, 2024 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed a petition from property owner Marquette Bank, trust number 20185, Steve Beesterbor, sole beneficiary, and contract purchase developer O'Malley Builders Incorporated, for the annexation of 18.31 acre vacant property into the corporate limits of the Village of Frankfort. The property located on the south side of St. Francis Road, south of the southern terminus of Waterview Trail, is proposed for rezoning from ER Estate Residential District to R2 Single Family Residential District as part of the annexation agreement. The agreement includes provisions for developing 25 single-family lots known as Abbey Woods North subdivision, along with several zoning variations. The initial phase of the project review also requires approval of preliminary plat of subdivision and off-site plat of easement. If these are approved, the final plat of subdivision, currently under review, subsequently would be considered by the village board following review by the Plan Commission. The Plan Commission held public hearings on April 25th and May 9th, 2024, to discuss the project and forwarded 12 unanimous 6-0 recommendations to the village board to approve the rezoning, preliminary plat of subdivision, and variation request. A public hearing was also held before the Frankfort Village Board on Monday, November 4th, 2024, for the purpose of publicly reviewing the proposed annexation agreement for the 18.31 acre parcel. The first motion before us this evening is to waive the first and second readings and pass an ordinance authorizing the execution of an annexation agreement between the Village of Frankfort, Marquette Bank as trustee dated October 1st, 2013, known as Trust Number 20185. Petitioner and owner and O'Malley Builders Incorporated, developer for the 18.31 acre property designated with permanent index number pins, part of 1909-15-300-019-0000, and part of 1909-15-015-0000, located on the south side of St. Francis Road, south of the southern terminus of Waterview Trail. The
Okay.
second motion,
I'm sorry, yeah,
Stop.
Trustee Lynn. Yeah, well, we'll take each motion as we go. So you've made this motion. We need a second on it at this point.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second, and then we'll go to discussion.
I appreciate the breather.
We'll take each as we go. So, from the board, is there any discussion on any of these items? First, okay. All right. We have a motion and a second. We'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, and since this is an annexation, I believe that I, as the mayor, will vote on this as well.
Yes, you will vote on this one.
Okay.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Mayor Ogle?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Back to me.
Trustee Ledden.
Okay,
Yep,
so
back to
the
you.
second motion is to waive the first and second readings and pass an ordinance annexing the 18.31 acre property designated with permanent index number pins, as previously stated, located on the south side of St. Francis Road, south of the southern terminus of Waterview Trail, into the corporate limits of the Village of Frankfort.
Okay, so we have a motion by trustee Ledden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board? All right, we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, great, thank you. Trustee Ledden, once again.
All right. Motion 3, accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance rezoning the 18.31 acre property designated with permanent index numbers previously stated, located on the south side of St. Francis Road, south of the southern terminus of Waterview Trail, from ER, Estate Residential District, to R2, Single Family Residential District, upon annexation into the Village of Frankfort in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact.
Okay, so we have another motion by trustee Ledden. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion by the board? Okay, then we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Trustee
right.
Ledden again.
We know this drill. Okay, motion number 4, accept the Plan Commission recommendation and approve the preliminary plat of subdivision of Abbey Woods North prepared by M. Gingerich, Garreau, and Associates, latest revision dated 12/1/2024, in accordance with the reviewed plans and subject to preliminary engineering approval.
Okay, that was a short one. So we have the motion by trustee Ledden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All right. We will go once again to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. And Trustee Ledden, the final one.
You all be pleased, this is the last one. Motion number 5, approve the offsite plat of easement prepared by M. Gingrich, Giroux, and Associates dated 4/2/2024.
Okay, so we have the motion by Trustee Ledden. We have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Is there any discussion by the board? Hearing none, we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert.
Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, clerk. Next item on your number 6, we will go to Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The item before us is Rumbar 10211 West Lincoln Highway. The applicant, Joji Trumanolorati, proposes to open a new restaurant, Rumbar, at 10211 West Lincoln Highway within the Brookside Commons Office Center development formerly occupied by Simply Smoke and Barbecue. The proposal includes a major change to the Brookside Commons development to permit changes to the building exterior and several special use permits to allow Rumbar to operate as a full-service restaurant with liquor sales, outdoor seating, and a drive-up service window in the B4 office district. During the workshops and public hearing held on the project, the Plan Commission voiced frustration with the applicant due to the frequent plan revisions and the submitted plans not being consistent with the applicant's testimony, including proposed exterior lighting and desired exterior signage. At the October 2024 public hearing held on the project, the Plan Commission unanimously recommended denial of the request, forwarding 4 negative recommendations to the village board. As the project failed to receive a favorable recommendation from the Plan Commission, a favorable majority of the trustees is required. The motions for consideration have been written in the affirmative.
Okay. At this time, I ask if there is a motion to be made by our trustees, by the village board. Trustee Petro? All right. Since there is no motion to be made, the board will not be voting on this, and will be sustaining the denial. Next item on here is the mayor's report. And the first item on here, in my capacity as liquor commissioner, I entertain a motion from the floor to amend the liquor code ordinances authorizing a reduction in the number of Class E2 licenses, which are restaurant prohibiting bar and carryouts, beer and margarita only, from 1 to 0. This amendment reflects Taqueria Mami Chayo's decision not to renew their liquor license for their establishment located at 21206 South LaGrange Road. So if someone would like to make that motion, I don't know if you have it on the report.
Second.
Okay, yeah, so waive the first and second one. I probably should read it here. Waive the first and second readings and pass an ordinance amending the Village Frankfort Code of Ordinances, Chapter 113, intoxicating liquor, Section 113.20, to reduce the number of Class E2 liquor licenses from 1 to 0 in the Village of Frankfort effective December 31st, 2024. Trustee Burley, again, thank you. And we have a second? Second. Okay, so we do need to go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for a roll call.
Yes. Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. We just wrapped up a Chris Kindle weekend here in Frankfort, including Midnight Madness. It was very busy down here Friday night for Midnight Madness, and people had a great time. A lot of families here. I think I saw most everybody out and about from the board and enjoying it and interacting, and it was nice to bring that event back, and we will continue to refine that as we get feedback on things, how they went, and that's probably been about 7 years since we've had that event to brought it back. So our 2025 event calendar is now available. It's on the village website, so you can explore the full lineup of events that are planned for next year. The Lincoln Way High School Marching Band will make its 4th appearance in the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California on January 1st. With a history of excellence, the Lincoln Way Marching Band previously performed at the Rose Parade in 1982, 2000, and 2019. Under the leadership of Carrie Rucklick, Christopher Mrochek, and Dr. Bert Johnson, the 200-plus member ensemble has consistently delivered outstanding performances, earning accolades on local, regional, and national stages. Congratulations, Lincoln Way Marching Band, and best wishes on this incredible journey to the Rose Parade. We want you to save the date. We're going to take a little winter break as people spend time with their families, and also we'll be planning. Staff will be working on preparing budgets. We'll host our 4th annual Fire and Ice Winter Social on Saturday, February 1st, 2025. It's from noon to 2 p.m. on Brighter Green. It's a chance to get out after the holidays and reconnect with some friends. This family-friendly event features a live ice carving demonstration, ice games of all ages, for all ages, a cozy bonfire with s'mores, hot chocolate, and we have a local chili cook-off, which is very popular. It's all free for the tastings, featuring our local chefs. And by the way, we are calling all of our local chefs, including the new restaurants that are moving into this area. The Lincoln Way area restaurateurs that are interested in competing in the chili cook-off are encouraged to contact our event coordinator, Sue Lynchy. The registration deadline is Wednesday, January 24th, 2025, and you can visit frankfortil.org for more information. And the trustees and I are pleased to welcome Brendan Huffman and Timothy Hoke to the Frankfort Police Department. They will begin their training at the PTI Academy this January. We are also proud to announce that Officer Bagley is set to graduate from the PTI Academy on December 19th and will begin field training here. Additionally, 5 of our officers have successfully completed their training and are now released to solo patrol. Congratulations to Officer Beatty, Scherg, Graff, Miller, and Wick on this significant achievement. And 2 of the last items on here, I just found out today, one of longtime residents and Greg Griffin passed away on the 14th. He was a Frankfort Township trustee for many years. He and his wife, Pam, lived in the downtown and contributed tremendously to development of downtown as well as preservation. Pam passed away maybe a year or so ago and was recently honored with a plaque on our clock in the downtown, recognizing all of her her contributions. And the last item, real quick, our general manager over at Culver's, Brianne, who started as a teenager on the teen team, has worked her way up along the way to where she now will have her own store in Florissant, Missouri. Through her hard work, her amazing positive attitude, and she was always helping with our police department, every community event that was out there with the outreach. So we want to congratulate her. It warms the heart when good things happen to good people. And on the final note, I want to wish all our residents Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, because this will be our last board meeting for the year. So that's it for the mayor's report, and we'll go to Katie Sherbert for board comments.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. Like the mayor said, this is our last meeting of 2024. And in January, slight change to the usual schedule. We will have one village board meeting on the second Monday of the month, so that's January 13th. And there will be a committee of the whole meeting on Wednesday, January 8th. And that's all that I had.
Thank you, Katie. Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think I may have a couple more Abbey Woods things to say, but so I just wanted to comment on all the events downtown, you know, starting with the lighting of the green, which was great this year. I thought the illumination of the tower was pretty cool. We got to figure out how to monetize that, you know, maybe birth announcements and proposals or something, but No, it turned out great. And the Chris Kindle thing, I'm glad we brought that back. Very well attended this weekend. It was busy both days, so that was wonderful. I appreciate everybody's efforts in putting that together. And really, all the ones throughout this year, as this is our last meeting for the year. It's such a full schedule, and so much work goes into it by the police, the Public Works, the administration, Sue Litchie, everybody people on this board who go to a lot of these things. So, I appreciate it, makes it a fun place to live, and everything really goes very well. So, thank you for that. And then the last thing, just happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody.
All right, thank you. Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd also like to thank all those involved and all the village staff for the great activities all weekend. I'd also like to thank my village board, the mayor, and staff for a fantastic 2024. This is my first full year on the board, and I took a moment to look back on all that we've accomplished, and whether it was improvements with our police department, our equipment for public works, or maintaining our utilities, down to road maintenance, Pfeiffer Road opening, all the fun events, down to all the new buildings that have been up around town and all those new businesses. I think one of the greatest compliments anyone can make is when they want to invest in our community. And so I welcome all those new businesses, and I'm looking forward to what 2025 has to bring. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Rigoni. Trustee Burley.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to thank our staff. They don't do it enough. I could do it every board meeting, and it still wouldn't be enough. Our residents have very high expectations. Therefore, we on the board have high expectations. We ask a lot of our staff. And, I would say there's not a ton of, it's not like we have a huge staff. We just have a great staff. They work very, very hard. They work tirelessly. We keep throwing stuff on them. And, this weekend was an example of a new event or revived event that the village formerly didn't put on, and so Sue Lynchy, there she is, working all weekend, and obviously put months and months of planning into it, in the Oktoberfest and so forth. So special shout out to Sue Lynchy, but really police, public works, utilities, administration, my board colleagues, mayor, we all appreciate everything everyone does to make this village what it is. So I also want to just wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. All right, and Trustee Rossi.
Thank you. Again, it was nice on the Midnight Madness and to see the smiles on some of our strollers' faces when there were lines at their registers. It was really nice to see, and I know they appreciate that we do that. Saturday and Sunday was great. The weather didn't cooperate, but to see so many people with their children out there still participating was really good to see. And the last thing is a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all.
All right, thank you, Dan. And then we have Trustee Petro remotely.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to send some warm wishes for a very happy holiday season and certainly a Happy New Year. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there any other business on the board tonight? Okay, this is the part of the meeting called public comment. Is there anyone who'd like to make a comment before the board tonight? Can come up, sir. Please understand that this is public comment. It's not a back and forth or a public hearing. Would you come forward? I'm sorry. Please come to the microphone.
No, I came here, the email I received from Michael about my restaurant. And he mentioned that I sending the plans at the last minute because I was told by the date only a few weeks ago. So I had to find a lighting consultant to finish the drawings what they requested me. So that's the reason I submitted this week. So apparently it's not reviewed. So I would like to get another date, or I don't know what's the procedure from here for me to go forward.
The Plan Commission had denied your application
Right.
Unanimously on all counts.
Yeah.
And it came to the board, and the board has not voted to overturn the Plan Commission, sir.
So what's the procedure from, because I was told by that to submit the renderings and the lighting photometric drawings. So I did that this week.
Yes.
So I would like to review and reconsider those.
You should talk to development staff on tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, but this has been denied by the Plan Commission
Yeah, the
and
past,
also not
sorry.
overturned by the board.
Yeah, the past two businesses has approvals. The smoking barbecue and the rum bar has full liquor license approvals. And the only details I was missing in the last minute was the renderings and the lighting diagrams, and they asked me to submit. So that's what I was told by, so.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Please call the Economic Development.
Oh, okay. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Is there anyone else who'd like to make a public comment before the board tonight? Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second, and we'll need to go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Okay. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.